What's up everybody, Silver here with another Halo Wars 2 achievement guide. This time we are doing the second and final mission in the Operation Spearbreaker DLC for the campaign. So we're going to do this on Legendary, start it up, and we're going to put on 7 skulls to help us out. But to start you want to upgrade your restoration drones, and I like to upgrade my line of sight, though that's not totally necessary. But anyway, the 7 skulls that I have on are Pain Train, Bountiful Harvest, Emperor, Total Annihilation, Firestarter, Things That Go Boom, and Sugar Cookies. So throw those on. It makes the campaign a lot easier. So for the purposes of beating this on Legendary and just getting the achievement, we're going to throw those on. It'll help us out. So that does things like you get more health for your units. You have you receive supplies faster from your base and things like that. So to start off, we're going to go fight those enemies up there. And we're going to blow up, or not really blow up, but we're going to shoot that orb type thing at first. And then we're going to come over here while there's some dialogue happening. We're going to blow up these supply silos and power silos. We're going to collect those items and then build our base right there. And while that's building, we'll collect these items. And we're going to go capture this power node as well. So we'll get some additional power coming in. Create your Colossus here. It's a giant mech. And then walk them over here. And so for this mission, we have to go to all 4 of these points. This is the first one here. And we have to damage the orb until it kind of sinks into the structure there, and then we got to go walk up to it with this Colossus and use its Y ability on it. So you just go up and select your Mantis, and then have him go over there and hit Y on the ground, and he'll stomp the ground right there, and it will destroy or disable the charging column there. So you can see that disabled that. The big ship in the middle here takes some damage, and we're going to prevent it from activating here. So now we'll just build a base up here. We're going to, like we did in the first mission of Spearbreaker, build a ton of mantises. So this is basically Operation Mantis. Mantis Toboggan. MD. Yeah, we're just making mantises here for the most part. And obviously we need at least 1 Colossus for this mission. If you die, if your Mantis, or not your Mantis, if your Colossus dies, that's totally fine. You could keep rebuilding them. You can only have 1 at a time though, so that's kind of lame. But I understand why they did it, because they want to balance the game. And RTSs are all about that balance. But anyway, you can see I moved my units over here, and I had my ODST squad capture that power node over there. So I recommend doing that. And we're just building up our economy right now. I built 2 generators to start, and then 2 or 3 supply pads. And you want to upgrade those to the advanced generator and the whatever supply pad, advanced supply pad, whatever it is, heavy supply pad. So now we're just going to hang out here. We're going to build some turrets, and we're going to get attacked from time to time. You can see these guys have put themselves in the garrison there because they're trying to be a pain, and they're succeeding, but that's alright. So we killed them with our Colossus and our ODST squad. We're just going to have our units hang out by the base here while we upgrade everything. Upgrade your base to tier 2 when you can. That's 1,000 power. And I like to upgrade my pads, my 5 pads here, to advanced and heavy generators and supply pads, and then I'll upgrade my main base to the tier 2 base, and then I'll create a field armory and a what's it called, a garage. So again, we're just going to build mantises once we get this garage up and running, and we'll just research various things in the field armory as well to increase our army size. So I'm going to do that right now, and we're going to increase our the training time. We'll decrease that rather. And so you can pump out units faster, and also upgrade the turrets and the bases as well. So we'll do all that in the field armory. But with the leader powers that come in, the important thing that you want to do for this, you can see I just grabbed one. I'm going to use that on the Pelican transport, which you can see I just used there. And then we are going to just sit here and wait until we get 1 more leader point. And we're going to use that 2nd leader point to max out the Pelican transport leader power. And that is going to allow us to transport most of our units, or all of them, depending on your placement. Sometimes the Pelican likes to, if you have a large group of enemies, or large group of large group of units, it will actually miss a couple of them, but that's fine. We just need the majority of them to be transported. So what we're going to do basically is use the Pelican transport, which is free. It doesn't cost any money or anything once you upgrade it to the 2nd tier. And it recharges very quickly as well, especially with the skull on that decreases the leader power recharge time. So we're going to use that to go to the remaining 3 charging beacons, or whatever they're called. So it's actually pretty OP in this mission. I don't really historically use the Pelican transport that much in this game or the first Halo Wars, but it's pretty awesome, especially for this mission in particular. And it's free, and it recharges almost instantly. You don't really need to, you never find yourself wanting to use it really, and it not being recharged. So again, we're back to the base here. We're just building our units and upgrading their tech. So you can see I got a nice, sizable force of mantises out in the front. Again, I haven't looked up with the plural of mantis. Is it mantises, mantises, manti? I don't know. I'm not going to look it up, though. Maybe next time. Maybe next time I build a bunch of mantises, I'll know the plural. I think it's mantises, though, but I could see it being something else. Anyway, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here because I'm just sitting here. Just build up your army as big as you could get it with mantises, and also make sure you upgrade everything in the field armory and upgrade all your vehicles to the max tier, and obviously research all those mantis upgrades in particular as well. So we skipped ahead. A lot more is research now. We have a bigger army, and we have, I'm going to put my Colossus in the middle of the pack, and I'm going to use this Pelican transport to transport myself all the way over into the kind of top or the bottom right corner. You can see it picked up most of my people. I put the Colossus in the middle because you need to have the Colossus get there and stomp on the thing at the end. So that's why I put him in the middle there before directing my Pelican to grab those guys and fly them over here. So get a bunch of mantises and make sure you get that Colossus in there too. So they're just gonna, I flew them almost directly to this pylon type thing over here, this charging column, whatever it's called, charging beacon, whatever. Take it down. It'll go down very quickly with all these mantises. Stomp on it, and then this little in-game type cutscene happens. It shakes with damage again, and we're gonna move over here. And you can see the Pelican transport is already recharged because it is a beast. So we're gonna move over here again and grab them and just fly them to the next area. So you can see I'm just finishing up building all these mantises and researching, but for the most part they're fully upgraded mantises. And I'm just going to fly them over to the second furthest pylon in the top right of the minimap. And they are on their way. And they're going to shoot at this, well, I guess we'll have them take out all these units first. And you want to make sure you keep monitoring your base as well, because there tends to be a lot of units that attack your base in this mission. So just make sure you're monitoring that as well. You don't want your base to blow up in the middle of all this. But we're just running around the map here. Now we're going to put them all in a bunch again and transport them another time. We're going to go back to our base because there's, you can see there, the base itself is taking a lot of damage. If you can make it to the third one, or the fourth one rather, the fourth and final one, that'd be great. But you can see my base is not doing so hot, so we're going to go kill all these guys. So, I lost a Colossus unit. That's alright, we'll call in another one, like we mentioned, on its special little pad over here to the left of the base. And these guys will make short work of all these enemies. The hunters do a decent job of killing mantises, but just the fact that we have them outnumbered helps us out here. Or not the hunters. The hunters do pretty well too, but the locusts are really annoying because they could shoot you from so far away. You kind of have to run at them to get within range to be able to damage them and kill them. So we're just going to build up our army a little bit here. And our base a little bit again because it took a good amount of damage. And make sure you throw that Colossus in the middle of your pack before you transport again. But I'm going to heal these guys first. We have another leader point, so I just use that for the mech overcharge since we're using all mechs in this mission. Now I'm going to send them over here to the final pylon, whatever it's called. And they left the Colossus. That's great. So I'm just gonna... I really should have just waited for the Pelican to recharge, since it recharges so quickly. But the mantises have taken down this little blob over here. It's sunk into the earth, or this isn't earth, but you know, it's sunk into the ground. And I just directed my Colossus to come over here manually, quote unquote, aka walking, and he blew up. So that's not gonna work. So I'm just gonna call in another one. This, hopefully you don't have this issue, but it's not that big of an issue. So I'm just going to transport that fresh, singular Colossus with this Pelican. This is really an OP leader power for this mission in particular. You just fly everything everywhere. And then the guy stomps there. The Colossus stomps on the final blob thing into the ground, and we go to the final battle here in the mission, or the middle of the mission. End of the mission, middle of the map. You know what I'm saying. So we basically have to go take out all these enemies in the center of the map. The reason I used the Pelican to fly to all those different areas is because A, it goes a lot faster, and B, it's a lot easier, and C, well, I guess this is kind of just the reason why B is true. It's easier because there's a ton of enemies throughout this map, so if you do just walk there without flying there, you will end up having to fight a ton of different units, and it's just a lot harder and takes more effort and time, and we don't want to put any of that into this. We don't want to put any time or effort into getting all these legendary achievements. Just unlock them, you know? Just unlock them on my account, then I could show all my friends, hey, I got 100% in Halo Wars 2. Look at that. I'm a boss. But anyway, so you can see we're just basically with our masses. There's no real strategy to this part. I just have a ton of units, a ton of mantises, and we're just walking around this circular center area. And then once you take out all of those units in the center and all the mini bases, the Hunter Captain will come in, and we got to kill this Hunter Captain to finish the mission off. So he'll come in with some units as well. So we're going to damage him. You can see he's taking a good amount of damage. The mantises are totally sufficient for finishing this mission off as well. And once he takes enough damage, he'll warp over to a different part of the map, and he will regenerate, and he will have some Goliath helpers here. So we got to take out the Goliaths before we could help out, or before we could hurt the Hunter Captain again. So we're just going to focus on the Goliaths, and then we will start damaging the Hunter Captain again, and then we will heal ourselves. You could keep building units. You're probably going to lose a few units here, but that's totally fine. And if you do lose all your units for whatever reason, you could still just build up an army again and send them over, because they don't really follow you to your base or anything. The Hunter Captain just kind of stays in the middle. So you can see there's a bunch of leader powers coming down on me now, which is not cool. But we're going to take out this Hunter Captain right quick. And of course, remember to use your leader powers as you see fit. I threw some ODSTs down at the end here to give myself a little boost of damage output. And obviously you have restoration drones to heal your units. I use mech overcharge because your army is predominantly mechs, so they become invincible and faster for a little bit. And yeah, we pretty much wrapped up this short but sweet campaign DLC. So that's the end of Operation Spearbreaker. I will be coming at you with Awakening the Nightmare. That's 5 missions for that. So stay tuned for those. Thanks for watching this one. Click that like button and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch and Mixer at SilverScorpion4. And check out my podcast called HaloConversationalist. And I'll see you guys later for more Halo achievements.